Charles. Alex here with Mynd Property Management. Today we're talking about Elk Grove, investing in real estate, how to win, how to have a healthy investment, how to love your life because you've done good when you have a rental property in Elk Grove. I have a guest today who will help me unpack some of this wisdom and so hopefully throw some nuggets back at you to help you out. His name is Dan Hines. Dan, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
Dan, that's awesome. Well, so Dan has managed 1,400 units for a decade in Sacramento and Elk Grove, so he's got a lot of depth and expertise. And today we are talking about a specific question. How would you go about choosing your property management company, Dan?
So personally, I'm a very heavy user of review sites. So Yelp, Google reviews, things like that. It provides a platform for people to share their real experiences, and oftentimes you get a very, candid look at how companies operate and how they solve problems. So my first step, I'm doing research. I'm checking out review sites. I'm looking at how they respond to reviews, either positively or negatively. I'm calling as many people as I can, trying to narrow it down.
Can I ask a question on this particular one? So in property management, it's like, okay, so if you have a sushi or a steak, or you are on a guided fishing trip, like there's outcomes, right? Steak is delicious. It's not dry. It has a nice bark, whatever. Fishing is you caught some fish, you had a good time. What is a good time in property management, brother? I don't really like. Do people taste property management? How do they go and review you?
So property management is one of those tough things in that very rarely do residents think, oh, I just had a great experience with my landlord, let me go leave them a review, right? Mm-hmm. But as our society is changing and people oftentimes feel like they want to have that platform, they want to have that soapbox to tell people about when things go wrong, that's where there's a lot of really bad property management companies out there, and you will find that they have a ton of one-star reviews. And something that a lot of people say is, I would give them 0 stars if I could, right? That's
if I had $1 for every time I read that.
Yeah. So, there are people that want to talk about positive interactions. There's people that are very pleased when they receive quick, prompt quality service. Typically with property managers, the types of things that you'll see is, there's a lot of residents that will talk about their maintenance experience. How quickly will the landlord respond to maintenance requests? How easy do they make processes? Is it difficult to pay the rent? Can I communicate with someone? Are they there listening to me? One of the biggest complaints in the resident realm is what happens with security deposits, right? There's always a lot of talk about, don't go to such and such company if you ever want to see your security deposit come back to you, right? And all of those things point to, how that particular management company operates, what is their North Star, so to speak. So I would try to steer clear of some of those things. Personally, for a number of years, I was the guy that, when something did go wrong and we had a negative review come in, I was the guy that would leave a comment, that would respond back, that would get in touch with the resident and, explain that this is a service industry. And if something doesn't go right, how is that company going to respond to make it right? And I think that's really what separates, the bad from, or the not good to the good.
So look at responses, look at engagement, make sure the owners are part, in the conversation on those review sites. So that's good. All right, so they passed that particular yardstick for you. Let's say they're 4.5 stars, 4 stars, whatever. Good. Next, what are you looking for next?
I'm wanting to know the full breadth of services that they offer. So I'm wanting to speak with someone. I'm asking questions about, on average, how long does it take them to rent out property? I'm asking questions about their delinquency rate, their overall eviction rate, how many similar units they have in my particular area. So if I have a single family home in Elk Grove that's really close to the Franklin side, I want to know, I mean, how many properties within a mile radius or 2 mile radius of mine do you manage? When it comes to pricing, especially if you're dealing with a vacant property, making sure that you accurately price that thing from day one and make sure that you gain traction is huge. So how intimately does this company know your floor plan, your actual stats of the property? So I'm asking questions like that. I'm asking about their technology and their reporting. If something goes wrong and I have to send some money to the property manager to fix some big ticket maintenance item, do I have to drive a check to their office? Do I have to mail? Can I do things electronically? A lot of residents now are choosing property management companies to rent through because they like the ease, they like online pay, they like having portals, they like the convenience. And if I have some management company that isn't quite with the times, so to speak, everything's paper, that means it's going to be slow. It's not going to create or provide a great service to my resident. Those are the types of things I'm looking for.
Gotcha. Well, that was a lot. That was a lot there to follow. Good advice, Dan. Thank you very much for your time. Those of you who are still watching, if you're with us, if you want to know more about Elk Grove and all the intricacies of that market and how to invest there and how to win, go to mind.co or mynd.co, hit resources, or just search for Elk Grove. Bunch of my interviews with Dan will come up, and hopefully you can learn more and become more successful rental property owner there. Dan, thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time.